Listen, they lied to you, because Jesus is not white. Jesus was brown. And growing up, I always wondered that, because where the Bible says that Jesus was born, this is why you need to read your Bible. He was born in the Middle East. If you look up the skin color of where Jesus was born in Middle Easterns, they are brown. Beautifully brown. But they are not white. So I don't really know where that came from. And I'm not saying that whoever decided to do that is racist. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that we really need to understand history. And I always wondered why we had little white Jesuses up, like in grandma's houses, at churches, just anywhere. Like, you would buy something somewhere that would be a depiction of Jesus, and he was always white. And I'm like, Jesus ain't white. If that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. Maybe you need to check your heart. But he's brown. As brown as they come.
Russia has opened its cellars to reveal remarkable paintings of Jesus dating back to the 1400s.
Was Jesus Christ black or dark-skinned? Did Jesus Christ have some melanin in him? Well, according to Vladimir Putin, he just released some pictures and images, man, of some biblical figures who were dark-skinned. Now, I remember when I was a kid and I was presented the image of Jesus, I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really think nothing of it. And I didn't accept it. I didn't deny it. That's Jesus Christ. I was like, okay. And I just kept it moving. You feel me? But I always wondered, I was like, based on that part of the world, what are the chances? You know what I'm saying? You know how hot the sun is out there? You gotta be a little dark, man. You gotta have a little pigmentation in you. A little melanin. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Let's see what happens with this information. A lot of people on the internet are going crazy about it. Black people have been talking about a black Jesus here in America forever. Obviously, that's an idea that a lot of people didn't get on board with. But the fact that Vladimir Putin is out there talking about this information, has a lot of people reconsidering. Me personally, I don't know. I wasn't there. None of us were. I do believe in Jesus. What he looked like, hopefully one day we find out. Hopefully he comes back.
What color was Jesus? I was asked this today outside of the metro stop. I was administering ashes for Ash Wednesday. And this young black guy walks straight up to me and he says, what color was Jesus? And I am so glad that I know the right answer. Because in my younger years, I would have said something completely different and completely wrong. And I told him, Jesus was black. And his face lit up. And he said, I never imagined in my wildest dreams that a white priest would admit that Jesus was black. And here's the thing. Jesus was obviously dark-skinned. That's unquestionable. But he was also ontologically black. He was born into an oppressive empire, and his life was threatened from day one. He knew what it was like to be hunted and to have the illusion of freedom. As James Cone said, the cross of Christ was the lynching tree in America. Jesus was lynched by Rome, just like so many black people in America. I'm not sure why Jesus being black is so threatening to some white Christians, but it is. You'll find out in the comments. So if it's threatening to you, maybe this Lent is an opportunity to go inward and find out why your Jesus needs to be white. Because Jesus was absolutely black. And that truth matters because if we are going to have a relationship with him, we need to recognize him first. I love you, all of you, and I'll see you out there.
Today I want to talk about the topic about many people are talking about on the social media. Some people say Jesus was black. Some people say that is not true. This topic has started many debates. I think one thing is very clear. Many people feel that their history was not told in the right way. They want the people to ask more questions and learn more about the past. I also think it is okay to ask questions. Learning is always a good thing. Many years ago, people from different places printed Jesus in different way. In Europe, many pictures show Jesus as white. In Africa, some pictures show Jesus is black. This happens because people often made Jesus look like the people around them. Today, many videos online say they know the real story, but we should not believe every video right away. We should read, learn, and listen to different people before we make your own opinion. Most history experts say Jesus man from the Middle East, so he is almost like look a many famous white painting. But no one knows exactly what Jesus looked like. For me, the biggest point is not the color of Jesus. The biggest point is truth. We should always try to learn the truth, even if you different from what we learned before. We should also respect every person, no matters their skin color, black, white, brown, or any other color. Every person has value. In the end, this is not about hate, it is about learning, asking questions, and respecting each other. That is my opinion. Thank you so much for watching. If you have your opinion, please share. Let's continue.
The Bible, and I got to bring Billy Graham as a witness here because, Billy is a great evangelist. And years ago in the 60s, when he was teaching in Africa, he told the people there that Jesus was a black man. Now, of course, that may shock your ears, but in the private chambers of the Pope, wait, he has a picture of a black Madonna and a black baby Jesus. Since he's Polish, in Częstochowa, I think is the name of it, they have this black Madonna. All over the world, there's this black Madonna. But in America, we've never seen it. Why is that? Now the Bible tells you that Mary was an Egyptian woman. Of course, Egypt is in Africa. And not that I'm teaching you anything that you don't know. And the Bible teaches that Jesus had hair like lamb's wool. Something like some of the black students that are here, or the black people that are here. And his feet were like burnished brass. Now it really don't make any difference to me if he were blonde or blue-eyed. I'm just telling you the truth, because when you mature, you see beyond color. But how mature are you that you knew he was black and then painted him white?
Maybe you have seen this video. Maybe you have watched people arguing the comments. The question is simple. Was Jesus black? Some people are says yes, some people says no. Opinion people are sharing their opinion. But today I do not want to tell you that to believe. I just want to share my opinion and explain why this conversation has become so big, because I think this topic is much bigger than the one person's skin color. It is about history, it is about identity, it is about culture, and it is also about the way people understand the past. Many people say they grew up seeing only the one picture of Jesus. That picture showed Jesus is very light skin, long hair and European features. From many people that becomes of only image they knew. They never asked where that people's picture came from. They never asked from the printers. They simply believed that was how Jesus looked. But today, people are asking more questions. People are asking, it is picture historical correct? Did you Jesus really look like that? This is fair question. I think asking question is never wrong. History should never be subject that a subject that the people are afraid to discuss. If someone wants to learn more about history, I think it is always a good thing, but I also believe something is important. We should not believe everything we see on social media. Today also I can make a video. Anyone can speak with confidence. Anyone can say this is the real truth, but speaking with difference is not the same of having proof. A video with 10 million views is still just one video. That is why we should always take our time, read different books, listen to different experts, watch different opinion, then direct what makes the most sense. Many historians says Jesus has a Jism man of the Middle East. If that is true, then we probably did not look at many famous European paintings. At the same time, historians also say there is a not exact record of that Jesus looked like. There is no photography, there is no video, there is no official drawing is one lifetime. That means nobody can honestly say they know exactly what Jesus looked like. That I think that is important to remember. Another things I find interesting is that the people were different part of world having printed of Jesus' identity. I, if European artists often printed Jesus or European features, if Africa, many artists printed Jesus with Jesus features, African features. Is Asia, some artists print Jesus look like in their own culture. Why? Because people often connect better with someone who looks similar of them. This has happened of many cultures of thousands of years. Now let's talk about something else. Many black people say the conversation in one only about Jesus. They say it is about history. They say some parts of their history has not always received for some attention as others. Some people feel their stories they are ignored. Some people feel their voices are heard. Whatever we agree with every claim of not, I think it is important to understand why people feel that way. Listen does not always mean agreeing. Listen simply means trying to understand another person's experience, and I think we need more of that today. Social media has changed everything. Years ago, only himself and newspaper reach millions of people. Now, one short video can each reach the whole worldwide one day. That is powerful, but I also means feels important informational can speak the very quickly. That is why we must think before we share. We should ask, where did this information came? This is good advice. Are different experts say the same things? This question matter. Sometimes people becomes angry during their decisions. They stop listening. They only want to win their argument. I do not think they helps anyone. History should bring people together, no pressure people further apart. We should disagree without showing hate. We should ask a hard question with attacking each other. Respect should always come first. We, for me, the biggest lesson is not about the skin color of Jesus. The biggest lesson is about searching of truth. Lessons of never end. History is something we continue to study. Something we discover we need in advice. Someone we understand the advance in the better way. That is knowledge grows. I also believe we should respect culture. Every community wants to history be remembered. Every person wants to feel seen and respect. That is sometimes we all understand. And the end of the day, wherever some believe that Jesus look away another, or the most important things is the message of people take from his life. Love people, help people, be kind, forgiven others, stand of that right. This lesson is valuable no matter where we come from. We intend from fighting our every video we seen online. Maybe we should spend more time learning, asking honestly questions, and treating each other with respect. That is how we become warriors. That is how we grow. And that is my opinion. Thank you so much for writing. We enjoyed this video. Let me know we thought in new comments. Please remember this. Keep discussion respectfully.